If you're dealing with hair loss, you know the desperation and the frustration of trying to find a product or a treatment that works. How can you know which one really works and which one do you choose? Dr. Bill Johnson of Innovations Medical, he's here to tell us about medical solutions for hair loss that really work. No more ifs or questions. He's going to let us know. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Are there effective hair restoration products that you can get only going to the doctor's office?
Yeah, there are. And in fact, the most effective ones are at the doctor's office. There's a prescription drug called finasteride that works, but it tends to have a lot of side effects and it's never really been popular. There's low-level laser therapy, which is really effective. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. And then the premier treatment is hair transplant, which is not what people have thought of in the past. It's really advanced, and we actually have one of the developers of the current tools here today to tell us about its story.
Okay, now what can low-level laser therapy do for hair loss?
Low-level laser therapy is exactly that. It's a low-level
isn't it?
laser, and we're talking about the follicles. So this is the way we transplant hair. So we'll talk about that in a minute. This is the before and after on the low-level laser. Okay, and here's the thing.
Look at that from right
right here. Really amazing. 98% of patients have a 20% or greater hair growth using the laser. 89% have 30% or greater. And by 30%, most people will have enough growth that they really feel pretty comfortable. But over half, 57%, see a 50% increase in hair using the laser. So it's a really effective tool. You come in the office and do it. Now, there are some tools that do this that you can buy on Amazon and use at home. They've got about a third the energy delivered to the scalp, and they're not as effective as what you can get in the doctor's office. It's kind of like a toy laser versus the real thing.
Sure, yeah, we don't want a toy. We want the real thing, especially when it comes to hair loss and those frustrations that come with it.
Right. So, well, this is not a good laser candidate. If you've got shiny baldness, then you really need to think about hair transplant.
Okay, good to know, to break that down for us. So tell us about hair transplant with follicle unit extraction, or FUE.
Well, Michael Oates is here with me today, and he actually developed the current tools that are used for FUE. So he's going to tell the story.
Thank you for having me this morning.
You bet.
Back in the late 1990s, we started to develop technology that could actually harvest individual follicles, one hair at a time. And over about a 10-year period, we were able to perfect that method and bring it to market. And today, it's still in use. But now we have better technology. We have the next generation.
Okay, better technology is good. Now I understand you've made some important improvements over the original device. So let's hear about these improvements.
We've made some significant improvements. Particularly where we looked at the patients and we wanted to see what the patients were experiencing. So we wanted to make sure that our grafts, the number of hairs transplanted, increased dramatically. And by perfecting the technology and making it more precise, we've been able to increase the number of hairs that each patient has. So we have happier patients for Dr. Johnson.
Okay, and I understand we might even have some visuals to go along with this. There we go.
So this is immediately after transplant. Okay. And then this is day 5.
Wow.
And you can see very quickly, you start to fill in, and very quickly it starts to look like a very natural hairline.
Okay, I know this is probably very relieving for folks who are looking for the answer. And on top of that, you have a special offer for those who are looking for.
We do, and we are going to do the first 12 callers today are going to get their hair transplant for $4 per hair. Now, to put that in perspective, most women only require 400 to 800 transplants. And most men that are really bald, around 2,000, maybe a few more. That's about 30 to 50% less than most places here in Dallas-Fort Worth. So we're trying to get people to come in and get started with the new tools.
Okay, that's a deal. That is some great savings, and this is what you've been looking for. Innovations Medical has locations in Dallas, Frisco, and in Fort Worth. Here's your number to call if you have some questions or to take advantage of that special offer. It's 214-972-0353 or 817-873-2885 for more information. Everything we saw here today is also on his website. It's innovationsmedical.com.